Welcome to Behind the Curtain, Ashland Community Theater, show number
37.
She does learn her lines. Good stuff. All right, I'm Joe White.
And I'm Katy Reynolds.
Well, what are we going to talk about today?
We are going to talk about our spring show, Joe.
We're doing a spring show?
We are.
When did this all
We have
happen?
rehearsal right after this, so I hope you're not planning on going anywhere later.
All right, okay, all right. So what's the name of this thing we're writing?
This thing that we have written is called Nearly News.
That is a great concept.
Isn't it?
It is. What is it about? Give me a
So,
synopsis.
It's based on a miniseries that you and I filmed, I want to say 3 years ago now?
Yeah,
Was it 3 years ago?
Sure.
Ooh, now I feel old. But yeah, so we're taking that miniseries, The Interns, that took place in a news station, and we have turned it into a stage play so that we can put it on this stage right here.
That is an excellent idea. And where are we right now?
We are right now at the VFW. Right in downtown
yeah.
Ashland, Massachusetts.
Yeah, and that's where the show will be. And I think it's
It
going to
is.
be April 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Of this year.
This year?
Less
Excellent.
than 2 months away.
Excellent. So after these guys are done editing, we can air this and everything will be all ready to roll.
Indeed.
So
Yes.
who else is in this wonderful cast that we're having? In this?
So many great people are in this cast.
Really?
And tonight we have two of them here.
You know, you're
And
just
they're
amazing the way you just figure all this stuff out.
So organized. And they're going to come up on this stage with us and they're going to talk to us about their roles in the show.
Yeah, it would have been nice if we had like Patty O'Neill and
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because we do have Patty O'Neill.
No.
It's like I read your mind or something.
Really?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
but it
who
would have
else
even
is
been
here?
better. No, it would have been better. Wait a second, if we had David Callanan here too.
Oh,
Because
darn
he
it.
would have been here too.
You're so
Those
quick.
two would have been real nice to interview today.
All right.
So who
Well,
did we end up getting? Who did we get stuck with?
I think you'll be disappointed, but it's okay. You'll
Okay.
get over it.
All right, well, we'll
So
see.
in a few minutes, we're going to talk to
Yep.
Patty and David
Wait a
about
second,
their roles
They're here?
in Nearly News. And yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
So excited. Oh, this is going to be a great show. Actually, it is a great cast. It is so much
It is a
fun.
fabulous
It's been
cast,
wonderful to work with them so far. And
so good.
I'm really excited. So Ashland Community Theater, the VFW, Nearly News, April 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Correct.
That is going to be amazing.
That's all the data.
That's all we got.
You got it.
But you know what? The rest of the time I want to talk to, who's here tonight again?
Patty.
Patty? You just
And
said
David.
That. And David.
Yes.
Well, okay, we'll come right back and we'll talk to Patty and David about Nearly News and a little bit about themselves and how they found us. Welcome back.
We're
Excellent.
back.
You were right. You were not lying to me when
I
you
was
said that
not.
before.
I never
When you
lied.
said it before, that you said they were both here. I was totally. You had me.
You didn't think
you
I would come
had
through.
me. How did you
You
do
have no
that?
faith.
You
of little faith.
Organizer extraordinaire. You just amaze me every day of the week. David and Patty, thank you. How did you get them?
Well, let's
amazing.
find out how they got here. That's what I'm more interested
Great.
in hearing.
All right. How did you get here?
Oh, thank you for having us. You invited us. We drove.
You drove?
I drove, yeah.
And you didn't get lost?
No,
So this is good. This is progress.
Not this time.
And you come
anyway.
from all the way from?
Come from Natick.
And how did you find out about Ashland Community Theater?
I was contacted, it was through the backstage, and I was looking for things to do in the springtime, to help supplement my film career
Yeah.
and things like that.
Cool.
And I was very eager to do it with you.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
I've been a huge fan of yours for years because I live in Ashland. Never had the guts to audition for you because, as I had told you earlier, you both were celebrities. And then finally, Gateway 19, I got some great advice from John Bernthal, a fantastic actor, and John Colono, and they said, do community theater.
Really?
Do it all the time, every time. And Gateway 19, I was devastated I wasn't able to do that audition. And then Nearly News, I saw it on Facebook. I couldn't wait.
So we're the lucky first recipients of your stage career? Is this what
Well,
you're saying?
I did Regal Players in Waltham for
Okay, yeah.
years.
Okay,
so
great.
I just have taken a hiatus from
All right.
the theater.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I've seen both of your resumes and the work that you've done. You've done film, a lot of film for yourself, film, theater, commercials.
Television. We have a TV star
TV
in
star.
our show.
I've been in a couple of films, but I
Yeah.
haven't had quite as good as the roles as Patty has had.
You're
Oh, well,
very
that's-
nice. Yes,
well,
you
it's-
have.
It's great to have the both of you on board. I mean, we've only done a few rehearsals thus far.
Yes.
And I've been enjoying the fact that I see it's coming together. I
It's
really think
awesome.
it's really going to be a
They
fun
haven't
show.
fired me yet.
Yeah,
No, you get to fire
you get to fire everybody
else.
else.
Yeah, I love that part.
You like that
You're
part?
telling them the story.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the opening
no
scene.
spoilers.
No
No
spoilers.
spoiler
No
alert.
spoilers.
Okay.
No spoilers. So, as Katy mentioned in the beginning, this was a miniseries we did a few years back. It was primarily around the interns that were the focus.
The college kids.
The college
yes.
kids that were helping the eccentric characters in the show.
Yes.
A little eccentric.
Somewhat hapless.
So as we brought it to stage, we found out that we kind of beefed up the characters of the eccentric ones
The
a little bit
adults.
more,
The grown-ups.
and a little bit more of a backstory,
Yeah.
and we're kind of creating
Yeah.
things. So, but the trivia question for those who are out there who've seen the interns, who is the only person playing the same role in both the miniseries and the stage production?
There's only one.
There's only one.
And what do you get
I
if
had
you
not
get that
realized
right?
that.
If you get that right, you get 2 free tickets to the
Ooh.
April 19th.
That is
April
something.
19th.
That's very good prize.
So
show.
email us
Email
with
us
your
right now,
response.
that's right. So
But how are they
they're-
going to know if they haven't seen the stage show?
They're going to have to. Well, that's good.
Oh.
They may not get the answer right because they have to come see the stage show. Why don't you come see the stage show and then you can give me an email and tell me who is in there. But there's only one person, and it was.
If they've been paying attention to the promos, they might be able to figure
They
out.
might be
But
able
they're
to figure
very,
it out.
very clever.
Right, and we know it's not David and
Precisely,
Patty because they're
because
in this.
They're new for us.
They're new
Yeah.
for us.
Can you put a clue on Facebook?
They're
Yes, we
debuting.
will.
Clue
That's a
on
great.
Facebook.
We'll put a clue a week on Facebook to see
Oh, I
who
like
it is.
that.
is.
See who's paying attention.
Who's paying attention. And at the end of the show, I'll give you the answer. Although
Okay.
you may know.
I think I have an inkling.
You may know, but it's
I have
okay.
an
But
idea.
we'll
I
talk
get to
later.
figure it out too, so
You
don't
do.
you?
Yeah. So now that you've been part of ACT for a little bit,
Yeah.
what's the experience been like so
Oh,
far?
it's great for me. I have a wonderful cast, wonderful people. It's great to work here. Like you said, your story is finished now, but as we started doing it, you could see it progressing, and there was some more jokes you put in there, and it's really funny. I'm looking forward to doing it and working with Patty and Katy.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have had some great input too into that creative process. Like that's definitely been a big part of it. The
That's the
excitement
best
for us
part.
having you, right, is knowing you guys came right in and started throwing in those fun ideas.
You can't shut us up.
And printing out scripts for everybody. I mean,
Well, the collaborative work that you invite when we're all together in the group has just been amazing. When I leave here, I'm like on a high. I
Yay.
can't go to sleep. I'm reading the script. Then
Yeah.
I'm searching for songs. I mean, I haven't felt this excited about a project in honestly a couple of years. So
That's
great.
that's how
That's
great
great.
this
Wonderful.
experience really
Yeah.
is. I hope more people now audition for you all
Yeah.
come your
Absolutely.
fall musical.
Yeah. I was just talking to Katy before this, and sometime we after the fall show,
Yeah.
we took some time off. We had the holidays and spent some time with the family, and it's like, do I have enough energy to go back into another? But the moment we started to talk about the show and the writing and all the other stuff that goes with it, sometimes difficult like casting and trying to find the right people and timing and location, all that goes away when you start meeting with the cast and start
Right.
meeting with the ideas and
Yeah.
start seeing all that flow. So the energy just comes back. So like you
So
said,
true.
you leave here, you're excited. It's like, I want to go home and not have another cream soda.
Right? Right.
But that's great. Now you've been on different types of. You've been on films before, right?
Oh, yeah.
What films have you been? Why don't you tell the audience a little bit some of the things you've been in, and then some experiences that you've had there.
Sure. Well, I did a television show with Dwayne Johnson called The Hero. That was pretty exciting, and I won a lot of money, but I also found myself during that show. That was definitely an eye-opening experience. I went on from that show and was found by the producers of a movie called Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal, directed by David Gordon Green, and written by John Polono. And I played Aunt Chen. That was obviously just the greatest experience I've ever had acting. And from there I went on. I have a film coming out this summer called The Equalizer 2, starring Denzel Washington.
yeah.
whoa.
Directed by Antoine Fuqua. It was so much fun. I filmed that back in December.
Yep.
And now I'm working on a film that will be coming out late fall. It's written by some gentleman down the Cape. It's called The Running Waves. that'll happen hopefully at the end of March. So
Wow.
audition
cool.
process and all that. Yeah.
Wow. Now, have you thought about outside? A lot of it's in acting. Have you thought about writing or directing or doing something
I
different?
am not as talented as you, so I don't write well. That's the truth.
I don't write good either.
No, you write really well. I can follow direction. I definitely know that my forte is more in acting than in anything else.
Yeah. David?
Yeah, I've had some parts in movies, background parts. Started out, I responded to an open casting call several years ago for the movie Black Mass. And I showed up over in Dorchester with like 2,000 people. And I was like, oh boy. It was a line wrapping around the parking lot. It was pouring out. It was raining. And I'm standing in line a long time, about a half an hour. And I'm by myself and I'm seeing people come in and, hey buddy, how's it going? 10 cut the line, 10 more cut the line over here, 10 more cut. I'm like, oh, the girl in front of me is having a cigarette after cigarette after cigarette, and I'm getting a little woozy. So I looks across, straight across, it's like a giant horseshoe, and I says, oh, there's a spot over there I might be able to squeeze into. It was like a mother and a child, and two gentlemen in front of that, and I just kind of sauntered over, and it was supposed to be for like an Irish hot guy type of thing. And I just had my jacket on with the collar up, and I really didn't look at the woman. I kind of just stood there. And she started saying from behind my back, she said, excuse me. I said, that's okay. She said, no, excuse me. You can't cut the line. And I never even, I couldn't even look at her, because I just said, listen, I've been over there for like a half an hour, and people keep cutting the line and cutting the line. I go, what am I supposed to do? And she just went, well, I hope you get the part, because you sure fit it. I went, well, they picked me for an Irish face, but it wasn't for a tough guy. But yeah, so I had some chances after that, and I've done some other films. Been a lot of the films that Boston Castings worked with in Boston. And I'll be in this, hopefully, I'll make the screen for Chappaquiddick, and that'll be out in April, right around the time we do the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was fortunate. One of the things about doing that is you're fortunate. You get to work with some very good actors. Actresses and actors. We'll call them all actors now. And, you can pick up everything. You pick up everything from these people. These are the, A-listers, and, it's great.
Wow. Excellent. Well, this has been great to have you guys here. I was really excited when I saw your background, and obviously I knew about you when we were thinking of casting this show. And we were talking about do you think do people even want to do our show? It's a community theater thingy.
The VFW?
It's a VFW kind of thing. But I think the one difference is that we've been finding is that I think we're hopefully feel that we're welcoming to the people in the cast.
Yeah, the community theater experience is great. If you want to call it practice, experience for film roles. You're working with people. You're working with an entire cast now, and you're going through entire scenes. People like that.
I have to tell you personally, just from being in Ashland, I work at the Warren Conference Center on weekends, and some of the waitresses there were like, we should audition, and everyone was chicken to do it in the last production. And now this one came out, I'm the only one that did it, but I have a funny feeling we're going to have a
you'll
lot
bring
of
them all
women
along.
that are going to be here in the fall. I think you're going to have that much more in the community, hopefully that, with my big mouth on Facebook and everything, telling people, calm down, they're inviting. You write roles for people, even if they're not in the script, so that you don't exclude them. I mean, it definitely takes away the fear of auditioning. And I think that's what a lot of people have is the fear of being rejected, especially when you put yourself out there in the community.
Oh, absolutely.
And you definitely took away that fear. So, and I keep going like this, Katie, only because that was my first.
Oh, he's
But
the head
you
honcho.
are amazing. Let's keep it real. We know who the boss
You
is.
think
I'm in charge of the microphone
That's right, yeah. Can we go to the clip again?
and the
microphone?
punctuation.
The punctuation. Who thought that exclamations and
Should have exclamation
I
marks
know.
at the end, right?
I don't know. I write in like free-form thought. And then she comes in and goes, "Did you
And I
mean comma?"
interpret.
Whatever it is.
I interpret the
I mean,
thoughts.
as
Yeah.
actors, we're trying to interpret that and, make it our own as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I like about it, I think it was different when we did the audition. You weren't here for the first round of auditions where basically everyone came down. I knew we had some roles to fill and we sat there. And I don't even think I mentioned it at the beginning. We just started doing the reads. And at the end of it, I'm like, everyone's going to have a part. And everyone's like, really? It's like they were
I
like,
was shocked.
they're like, so everyone's going to get something? Pretty much, with the original material that is done, as opposed to the known entities where we're kind of regimented to the
Right.
parts.
Yeah.
This gives us the flexibility that I think we just love, and I think that extremely differentiates ourselves from a lot of other theater companies.
Absolutely.
We want everybody involved. We want it to be fun.
Yep.
We want it to be as stress-free as possible
Yep.
because we all have, day jobs and families and things like that. And so if it's not enjoyable, people won't come back.
Right.
So we want to make it fun.
And there are people who are in the show that are actually either running a marathon or doing another show, and they were in our last show and they want to be in there. And we kind of write a little small cameo part for them to
Right.
come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
and they're thrilled because the time commitment isn't overwhelming. It's not like that they have the star roles that you guys have in the
Wow.
show. But the other ones that come in, they're excited to be in the show.
So true.
Right.
And that makes a kick production, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
that energy,
absolutely.
that
When we have
excitement.
your entire ensemble,
Right.
Yeah.
everybody's working together.
Yeah.
It's almost like a do your job thing.
Exactly. Everyone do their job.
I'm already thinking of the cast party.
Oh, we have our cast parties at Stone's Public House.
Yes.
Upstairs in the Stone's Public House room there. So
Saturday night after
every-
that final
yes, that is
I
great.
think I know where that is.
So we have, what do we say? We have about 18 minutes? 5?
show. 47?
You keep doing that. 5, 10, 15, 20.
We can just go on as long as we want and they just cut it later.
So what do we?
Isn't that how it works?
I don't know. 10 minutes? 10? 10. I like that. Because when you do that, when he does it like this, I think it's meaning 10, 20, 30. It could be 20 and 30.
Or there's a train coming. You never know.
Could be a train coming. It's not. But so while we have 9 3/4 minutes now, right?
Yes.
I have a book that my daughter Leah bought me for Christmas, and as I mentioned, I love writing, and I love this book she got me. And I just like it's a creative thing for me. And I want to ask you some of the questions that are in this book, and I want you to give me your answers. And so you don't have to write anything; you just speak it through. It's a very simple thing, right? So it's 600.
improv we did
six-
today.
It's like the
I'm
improv thing. I
sweating
think
again like I
the
did the first
improv thing was great because I think your character's really flushed. Or
We're
flesh.
flushing
for a
now.
different word.
Flesh.
besides that.
Although Carol Weiss says, but
Just flesh it out.
just flush it out.
flesh it out.
Flush that puppy out. That's usually the unfunny line.
That's the
So there's
the
642,
interpretation part right there.
642 things. This is like, this
Tiny
is,
things.
yeah, there's only 605 more shows to be that number. Just to say.
good math.
Okay.
Good math.
Tiny things to write about, okay? So pick a page number, although they have no page number, so I'm just going to randomly open it up anywhere I want to. So pick a page number.
7.
7, okay, great.
Lucky 7.
All right, so we're going to write to 7. At least you didn't say B, which is good. Okay, all right. So you are writing the first communication that is sent back to Earth after you landed on Mars. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to think about that and come back to you. So that's your assignment when we come back. So you're going to write the first communication back to Earth after you've landed on Mars. So you're going to think about that for a second.
Okay.
You pick a number. Q.
Flip through the book.
Flip through the book?
Flip through the
okay. Okay, right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Okay, good. Ooh.
Oh, God.
You accidentally open up your neighbor's mailbox.
I'd say it was an
What do
accident.
you find?
Let's just call it an accident.
What do you find? We'll come back to you in a
Okay.
second. Find out
All
what you
I want that one.
If you guys want
trade
to
you.
trade,
Yeah, no,
you guys want to
trade.
trade, you get okay. All
I'll
right,
use the
David.
dot throw technique.
Dot throw. Ready? Okay. Ooh, this is going to be good. Okay. Oh, what started a century-old feud that you had with another family? What started the feud? 100-year-old feud that started with it. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back to you. Okay, you ready? We gave you a whole
I know.
minute and a half to think about it.
The first communication,
First
I
communication.
would get back from Mars, and I'm alone.
Sure.
Not with Matt Damon.
Now I know why. First of all, while she's thinking, now I know why Jake Gyllenhaal and Dwayne the Rock Johnson names appear in our show. But that's okay.
They could be here.
They could be here.
Okay, I would first say I'm here safely.
Very important.
Okay.
Tell Bobby, Connor, Alex, and Madeline I love them.
Okay.
Where's the nearest In-N-Out burger joint? Because I would be hungry. And then I'd probably describe how beautiful the experience must be, or was,
Yeah.
getting here and what I'm seeing.
Okay.
And then I'd thank God.
Okay. Very good. Now you've opened up that mailbox.
They opened
Your
up the
neighbor.
mailbox. My neighbor.
Your neighbor. We won't mention who.
Neighbor. You know that's a federal offense.
It is a federal
Just saying.
offense.
Okay.
So wait, we're not saying you did this. We're just saying if you did this. So
If I were to
if,
do this, which I wouldn't do
hypothetically,
ever,
ever.
because I'm a law-abiding
Yes.
citizen.
Yes.
What
What about
might
that
I
one
find
time?
in
Oh,
this?
that's it. Cast party stays. Cast parties.
What would I find in my neighbor's mailbox?
Yes. What would it be?
I'm thinking I have, multiple neighbors, and I think it would depend on the neighbor.
Yes. Think of the other one.
But I think what I would likely find is
Yeah.
multitudes of catalogs because of the number of trucks that make deliveries to their house on an absolute daily basis, sometimes more than once a day. I
So-
think they're ordering from catalogs
so
a lot.
you just think of catalogs. That's real good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Can we
It's a family show. Family show.
can we incorporate that in our show
Leave
somehow?
a label from the
Catalog.
catalog. What
think
they
she-
order.
That's what you came up with. Huh? That was
what I
really
came up
good. I
with.
like that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
She's
Good
very
catalog.
creative.
Isn't she? Catalogs.
Talented.
Talented. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now let me ask you a question about the trucks. What kinds
We'll
of
talk about
trucks?
the trucks later.
Okay. Trucks. All right. You had a chance to think about that century-old feud that you and that family of yours had with the. What is the name of the other family that the Callanans?
The
against-
Winstons.
The Callanans against the Winstons.
You
Yeah.
have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
Yeah,
For the Callanans.
The
3, because
And-
we need to have a closing.
Yeah. Because, we were down south back then, and
Like
we owned some property.
Like the Cape or what?
No, down in Oklahoma
That's where that
area.
accent is?
Oklahoma.
And that was back when my pa was down there.
Yeah.
And, one day we caught a guy running around our properties, shooting at some food, and up through the ground came some bubbling crude. And, he thought it was his,
Yep.
was ours, and
Yeah.
next thing we knew, he ran away, California somewhere,
Oh
Beverly
my God.
Hills that is.
Wow.
But apparently,
Wow.
we're still feuding, and they're still rich, and we're still poor.
Oh my goodness.
That is a sad, sad
That's
story.
a sad story.
I know.
Sad
You know,
story.
those critters. Who's
Things
Even
are
looking
looking
at
up.
critters.
food.
Things are looking up.
ain't the critters. But both of you are. I'm very excited to have both of you in the show. You're playing Marcy Balson.
Marcy Balson.
Yeah. 2 seconds on Marcy. What do you think of Marcy
Oh,
as a character?
she's so much fun. She's full of energy, loves men, can be seductive, and maybe gets a little bit of a redemption.
Oh,
going
redemption.
on. Maybe.
Is that like bringing things back for like 5 cents for?
Oh, this is
works.
at least a 20
That's
cent.
redeemed.
Should be a
Exactly.
20
Right,
cent.
right. Now I'm
Okay.
going with that one.
And David, you play Tim Hultquist.
The station owner.
Yep.
And Tim is a bit of a preppy, arrogant. He's kind of a dink.
I like that word. Okay. Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you both on stage.
Indeed.
And you're coming. You're in the show. Did we cast you? Did you get a
I'm pretty
part?
sure I got a part.
Yeah,
I'll
go
have to
back
take a
to
look
the
through the
books
scripts
anyway,
and
but,
see. Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for
Thank you.
being
I'm
not
happy
only
to be
part
here.
of
Thank
this,
you,
So
Katy.
excited.
but
Thank
being
you,
part
Joe.
of the show.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited, and thank you so much for playing a little game with us tonight. So what do we have next month? You know, since you organized this whole thing, you should know what
Next
we're doing
month.
next month.
We'll be back with show number 38.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Ciao for now.
Bye bye. 642 things to write about.
Only 639 now.
There's
'cause
39
we did
left. We did 3 of them already. Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Cut. Thank you. It's
Thank
fun.
you.
Seriously.
Is that better?
How many? What show is this?
37.
And you still, can't figure out how to put on your mic? Okay, now you have yourself all tied to the show.
I know. It's okay.
So So don't move.
Don't get up.
Because the chair's gonna go with you.
37.
I thought it was 35 or 37.
37.
I was close. I said 38.
You were wrong. I just heard that.
Joe,
Put this in
are
the
you
outside.
filming this? Please tell me you're filming this.
We should put
Yeah.
this- we should put this in
No,
the
you're
outside.
still wrapped around.
Stop
Give me
it.
the thing.
Stop it.
Were you smoking something earlier? Like, what's going on?
It's supposed to be that Ashland burger I got.
OMG.
All right. Okay.
Okay, all right? All
Yeah,
right.
sure.
Okay.
For everybody else who feel sorry for everyone who ever has to deal with me outside of this. So do I.
Well, it's okay, but on a full-time basis?
Listen, she knew what she was signing up
I,
for.
she knew. I wasn't any
No
different.
sympathy for
I'm
her.
Not any different.
I'm not so sure.
Wasn't in the fine print. All right, we're ready, guys. Okay. Phil, well, if you're quiet, Phil, I can hear myself.